I have a female artist who's been doing a thing, you know what I'm saying? Been moving around the Carolinas, meeting and greeting a lot of people. She's super sexy. All right, super sexy. Got a body on, a light skin. You know how niggas be liking that shit.
These hoes the fucking this bitch like I own.
All right, she goes by the name of TaTa MaMi. We gonna pick her brain. We gonna see what she about.
In the face and I smell like the winner of a race. And you can ask your nigga how it tastes, cause I was counting money sitting on your nigga's face anyway.
Let's go. Let's go. Look, I am great. I am amazing. How about you?
I'm feeling great. You know, I'm feeling blessed, highly favored.
Oh, listen, that's good, especially right now in this very, very trying time with coronavirus. So being that we on that, how has coronavirus affected you and affected your career and how you've been moving over the last couple of months? Because I know you was outside making some plays, and then coronavirus just came and pretty much shut everybody down. How have you been maneuvering and sort of staying positive, staying focused, and staying in people's faces?
Pretty much, I feel like it honestly made me sit down and really strategize everything. So we have done so much content since then, and we're about to just bless everyone with content. So we're just gonna flood with all content. We did a bunch of different videos. We did the Smell Like Money video, so that's gonna be dropping next week. So pretty much just staying busy, staying as busy as possible.
No, that's good. That's good. You know, sometimes you gotta learn how to turn shit into sugar and turn piss into lemonade, as they say.
Right. I mean, that COVID was like the worst year. I honestly feel like this is my best year.
Oh wow. Wow. You know, I feel a lot of people, excuse me, I know a lot of people who feel that way. And I wouldn't say this year hasn't been my best year as far as productivity goes, but this has definitely been my best year financially in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? I've taken advantage of the internet in so many ways I never planned on. Taking advantage of all of the different government loans and grants and unemployment and everything. Boy, I done been eating crazy, you know, like,
right.
Hey, you know, I got kids, so they even shot me temporary EBT just because they was out of school. So I'm like, shit, I'm over here goddamn feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like Donald Trump, the old Trump, not the new Trump, not the thief Donald Trump. I'm talking about the one made his paper off real estate Donald Trump.
The Diddy Donald Trump.
The Diddy Donald Trump, yeah. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from and where do you reside, if those are two totally different areas?
Well, I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Right now I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, but also I go back and forth to North Carolina. So I'm in Charlotte, I'm in Raleigh, I'm in Toledo, I'm in Columbus, Phoenix. I lived in LA for 2 years, so I'm always going back and forth to LA and networking and linking with them.
Got you. And that sort of reflects in your music. You have a style that can't really be pinpointed. You know, a lot of people, they sound like the geographical area where they're from. And just looking at you, you have a West Coast look, but then listening to you rap, you can spit like you from New York, like you from the Midwest and from up top, but then you do have a slight little Southern twang to your voice as well. So when you make your music, do you go in trying to make it a particular style, or do you just go in and let the beat talk to you and whatever comes out, comes out?
Yeah, it's pretty much I just like to ride the beat because I like to switch it up. I hate when everything sounds the same in a song. So it's kind of like you got to hit this right real quick, and you know. So I definitely like to switch it up, switch my voice up, switch my tone, switch how fast I go. So definitely switch the pace up. I just like to keep the people listening as if I'm telling.
Understood. Understood. Now you have a very unique voice, and it's not a voice that is just your rapper voice. We see it now. You actually talk like how you rap. Do you feel like your voice is something that, you know, makes you stand out from everyone else? Do you feel like it's a plus, or like when you were younger, you were like, damn, I wish I could sound like Kim. I wish I had that deep voice like Kim and Foxy, or, you know, I had a higher pitched voice. You know, like sometimes we listen to the influences in the music and we like, damn, I wish I could sort of do that. Have you had that happen to you? You like, fuck it, I sound different, I'm gonna embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved my voice. So I never thought that there was anything wrong with my voice. I always thought that it was great. And there were people when I first started rapping that would tell me like, well, I don't know how you're going to go because your voice, like some people say your voice is annoying. And when I heard like, I was like, well, I mean, I guess people, it is what it is, but I have too many people that say I'm fire. So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing and see where it go. And then, you know.
Exactly. Look, I feel like a lot of artists do fall victim to you know, getting discouraged because we do sort of put industry standards on them versus saying, you know what, be you, do you, and let's see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? So in your music, you're versatile. You have songs like "Smell Like Money," you know, that give us that Megan Thee Stallion, Little Kim, raunchy flow. But then you have songs like Kaepernick, which was the first song that I heard from you that was socially conscious. Was that I'll put it this way. Which flavor or which side of you, I should say, do you want to sort of be portrayed as more in your music? Do you want to be somebody who's known more as a spitter, who's lyrical, and who's socially conscious, or do you want to sort of let your hair down and, you know, embrace your womanhood?
I'm like, ¿por qué no los dos? I like to do both. So someone was just telling me, like actually probably 15 minutes ago when I just left, they were like, you just have that perfect mix of everything. So I feel as though I don't like to just put as I'm like more of a rapper like Meg Thee Stallion or more of a conscious rapper, because my EP that I'm about to drop it's called Baby Making Season, and it's all slow. I'm singing on some of the songs, so it's like it's something that nobody's ever heard, and I think that's super fire also. So I feel like I'm just trying to touch everything, and I honestly don't even know which one I'm best at.
Got you. So being that you do have various styles and various angles you could spit from, who are some of your influences in the rap game?
I mean, my favorite rappers will have to be Eminem, Lil Wayne, and Tupac. They're like the ones I listen to all the time growing up. I like to say a lot of people say that I sound like Left Eye, so I kind of got a little bit of her style.
I can see that.
Yeah, so those are like my main ones, but definitely Eminem for sure.
Got you. Okay, so look, I've talked about the song Kaepernick a few times, so we're gonna go ahead and get into Kaepernick. So tell us a little bit about the song Kaepernick, how you came up with it and what inspired it.
So back in June, like early June, when all the protests broke out, I went to the protest in LA. Like I was in Phoenix, and then I wrote that song, and then I just happened to go to the protest in LA. So me and all my friends drove out there, and while we were out there, it's like the vibe was so crazy because it was so much love. So when people describe the riots and everyone tearing everything down, vandalizing, I didn't see any of that because it was nothing but love the entire time. There were people out giving free water, masks, things of that sort, and it was so much. It was so overwhelming that I just like sometimes I cried over it because it was just so much love there. And then we just went ahead and wrote we just did the video.
Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is TaTa MaMi and her song Kaepernick. She's coming from a different angle on this one, y'all. All right, y'all pay attention. She's spitting a little something.
Got us working like Oompa Loompas, then they running back all our bloopers. Like we seen y'all rap and steal when they starving pollute us, but ain't nobody see nobody shoot us. Here they come with the Ku Klux at night, but in the day they be dressing all blue and trying to blue us. Expect us to sell our power for a few bucks. I ain't believe it when they told me, nigga, who us? Pay attention, here's the lesson. Flip your money, then invest it. Appreciate the little things, you'll look her come to blessings. I know she be getting hard, you start to second guess it, but you gotta smile every single thing you're stressing about. Look, never doubt, there comes a man, silence, you gotta be the sound. Hey, stand your ground, you better wear your crown. We the kings and queens, they the ones that's supposed to bad down. Been putting up the shit for a while now, they don't even care, kill our mans and our child now. They just taking lives like we good boy, not a stallion. I have seen green mile right to a trial. Wow. That'll bring it down, try to bring your mans up. Probably stack your checks to the one that you ran up. Before you get your bands up, pull your pants up, stand up. If you're tired of putting your motherfucking hands up. Ha. Ha. America. Ha. You're lucky we want equality and not revenge. We refuse to be silent. And we are not our ancestors. We'll beat your ass. Ha.
All right, that was Kaepernick. That was Kaepernick from TaTa MaMi. So check it. I'm going to get a little political on you, all right? So we just had one of the most important elections probably in our lifetime. You know, if you 45 and under, it's definitely in our lifetime. Maybe even 50 and under, definitely in our lifetime. And we've been going through so much with just the House and the Senate, the presidential elections, just our congressmen in general, all of the fucking corruption left and right, people not knowing what the fuck to do about coronavirus. First off, did you vote in this election? If you want to tell us who you voted for, you're more than welcome to. And where do you see the country going now that the election is over?
Well, I live in Phoenix, and my ID and everything says California. So, you know, I had to, on election day, drive to California. So,
oh wow! So you didn't do absentee. You didn't want to mail that thing in.
Was that even gonna count? Was it gonna count?
I don't know. I did it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I left the presidential portion blank, but the candidates that I voted for on a local level won. So I think, you know what I'm saying? In my case, I think it went through. I would like to hope it went through.
I mean, I just wasn't sure. And then I talked to some people and they were feeling like me. And when you get that feeling, you just got to just go do it.
No, I typically have in the past. I have this election, being that I put in for my absentee ballot so early, you know, and I was able to mail it out like 2.5 weeks before the election, I felt comfortable. But yeah, you know, once you start getting about a week or so out, yeah, you may want to chill. You know, you may want to drive.
Yeah. But yeah, as for the election, honestly, I just didn't know who was worse. It was very hard to choose from. So
I get it.
Like I sit here and was watching all this stuff with Biden, and like Biden being with all the little girls, and me being once I was a little girl, and there were those old men that were coming and doing things like that to me, like coming up
creepy old man.
Yeah, creepy old man stuff, and like that just bothered me so much. So I just really didn't even want to vote for Biden. And the whole Trump, with Trump, you know, everything that he's doing, but also he's a pedophile as well. So at that point, you know, if I would have voted for Trump, my family would have probably disowned me. So I had to choose one that my family.
I get it.
When I didn't know who was worse, I just went with my family. But yeah, I just hope that they can change everything. Especially like my older sister, she really was pushing me towards Camilla. So
got you.
Yeah, and you know, they're supposed to be helping us buy our first house and things of that sort. So I was like, let's just go with it and see and write it out.
No, look, listen, I totally agree. You know, it's just one of those things where I feel like it's a toss-up. Just in my personal opinion, I felt like it was a toss-up as well. Now, I know you brought up voting for Kamala Harris. As far as women go and women being empowered and women just sort of moving to the forefront in all parts of our society, whether it be socially, economically, or in our government. Do you feel like there's still a glass ceiling that women have over them, or do you feel like the glass ceiling has sort of been broken and now it's just up to y'all to seize the moment and seize the opportunity?
I'm like, women are the next move. Like, it just is what it is. And I feel like her being in that position, like we were trying to break through, and now that we broke through, we're just gonna take over.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. So as far as music goes, as far as the music game goes, you know, there's been a debate, and it gets sort of heated as of lately, over the way females are marketed and are pushed in the music game. You have Rhapsody, who's a spitter. She signed to Rock Nation. She has a more socially conscious flow. She has bars, but she's really, really unknown. And then you have people like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, who Megan Thee Stallion, she can rap too, but their style is more sexual. Do you feel like it is what it is? Whatever happens, happens. Put the music out there and see what. Or do you feel like it's people purposely playing the game and trying to put the sexy, raunchy female rappers out versus actually pushing the ones who can spit?
I feel like Young Ma, Young Ma, like she's out. I feel like people do push the female that's sexy out, but I feel like any woman could be sexy. Like even if you were a stud, like it's all about like your swag, your style. That's what people fall in love with. I mean, yeah, it's definitely an advantage if you're a sexy female and you're dressed the way you like Meg Thee Stallion or people of that sort. But I feel like if you're dope, you're dope. And if you got people pushing you, like, and you, I mean, if you have to get a stylist or whatever just so you can get your image right, like, whatever you got to do, it's not really about you being completely naked.
Understood. So speaking about people pushing you, you're in a partnership with Illest Records, based here in the Carolinas. How did you hook up with Illest Records, and what did you feel like they brought to the table that can sort of take your career to the next level?
Well, I've actually known them for I want to say almost 10 years, like 5-10 years. So, yeah, so I knew of them and I always wanted to work with them. So I feel as though I kept trying to make my way in, and then I was like, you know what? I got to show them that I'm working. So I would be like, hey, check this out. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, check this out. And then when we finally partnered, I think it was so great because I was doing so much. I have a radio podcast. Like, of course, I was still doing music. I was in this great studio in Phoenix called the Salt Mine. So we were working and everything. But when I started working with Illest Records, I feel like it really put everything in play because everything that I was missing, like organization and, knowing the next move, because I was unaware of the next move. I was just out here winging it. So I think it really put me right on the right path for success, pretty much.
No, understood. Look, I definitely understand. So, as far as your music goes, tell us about this new EP that you have coming out. You say that it's called it's going to be filled with mainly love making music. Is that what you said?
Well, the whole idea is I'm gonna have 4 EPs that are played back to back.
Okay. All right.
They're different seasons. So of course you have your baby making season, you have your cuffing season, you have I have one called Season of the Broken Heart. So it's just gonna be seasons that are and then like the summer season. Once everything gets put together. But this season that's dropping is called Baby Making Season, and it's just 4 tracks of like slow music. I think it's super fire. We shot one of the videos last week of one of the songs called Drinking. So that'll be the first video that drops as soon as the EP drops.
Okay. Got you. Okay. So tell us some of the producers that you're working with right now.
So I work with one of my producers is from Ohio. So with him, I work with some producers in Charlotte. I work with producers inside Phoenix. I have an engineer. Her name is Tori. So I'm working with her. And I just got a new producer in Raleigh also.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be eclectic projects. It seems like you got a lot of different it's a melting pot of production, which means it's to be a melting pot of styles from TaTa MaMi, huh?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. So
sure.
Okay, so one of the first questions I usually ask an artist, I didn't get a chance to ask you, but one of the first questions I usually ask an artist is, how did you come up with your name? So how did you come up with the name TaTa MaMi?
Well, as long as I could remember, everyone called me TaTa because it started off. My little sister couldn't say my name when we were kids, so she would just call me TaTa. And then in high school, people heard her say that, so then everyone started calling me that. But there was like this Puerto Rican guy, and he just was like in love with me. Every time he see me, he'd be like, "TaTa MaMi, what's up, TaTa MaMi?" And then my friends would make fun of me, and then everyone just started calling me TaTa MaMi all the time.
Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. So go ahead and tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, how they can keep up with you, and where they can find you at online.
Okay, well, I would definitely say follow my IG. It's itz.tata.mami. So it's .tata.mami. I'm on Twitter. It's TaTa MaMi with the ITZ, and then also same as my YouTube.
Gotcha.
So definitely.
Okay. Definitely. Anything you want to leave us with? Any parting words from TaTa MaMi for the people?
Well, I almost forgot my website. You can check my website out where all my new music drops. It's tatamami.com. But yeah, you know, just tell everyone to vibe out. I hope everyone likes my music. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. I appreciate you for stopping by. That's TaTa MaMi.